Hey, 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 how are all my emerging leaders, and top leaders doing? It is June. Can you believe it's already June? Well, my name is Cami Pentecost Dempsey. For those of you who do not know me, I am your Senior Vice President of Field Development. But in case you didn't know, I started in the business just like you as a distributor. And do you know it took me 6 months to sign my first distributor? It did. And yet, I still made it to the top of the compensation plan, the highest rank possible, ambassador, and then earned the position of Black Diamond because I was able to earn at least 6 figures a month for 6 months consecutive. So to say I've been where you've been, that's putting it lightly. It's total truth. I've been exactly where you've been. Now, maybe I've never experienced some of the things you're going through personally or business-wide, but chances are I walked through that situation with somebody who has. And so here's what I want you to know. I couldn't be any more excited to partner with you, to lock arms and build this business hand in hand. And what I love about my position is I really am the bridge between corporate and the field. And what we're really fortunate about is our corporate owners and head people have all been in the field before. Maybe they haven't been in the field for a while, but they've been in the field before. So they truly do know what it takes, the energy, the mindset, and everything in between to build a business just like this. So with that being said, I want to welcome you today to our leadership call with It Works. Now, normally I coach emerging leaders, our rubies and emeralds, separately from our diamonds and above. But today I thought I was going to do something a little different because my conversation includes both of you at the same time. We need our emerging leaders, and top leaders to work together like never before. Let me break it down like this for you, okay? Emerging leaders, all of you rubies and you emeralds, do you realize you are the future of this company? You are our leaders of tomorrow, and in order to go beyond $1 billion, we need you. So here is your call to action time. Leaders, how exciting is it? You have the position of leadership. Now you have opened up the door for several additional ways to get paid through our compensation plan. It is so exciting to be a leader. Plus now you have the title, so you're feeling a little bit more confident about going out there and telling people what this business can do for them. And chances are you've earned a good bonus, a go bonus, or a bonus or a promotion of some sort to throw a little gas on the fire and to get you a little bit more excited about what you do. Plus, you can say you've earned more money, right? And then we have our top leaders who we could not do this without you. And leaders, you are soon to be top leaders. And so I think it's incredibly important for us all to really bind together because this is our company. This is the future it's all of our futures for our families, the legacies we're building, and we all have an integral role to play. Top leaders, we have put a lot of exciting responsibilities on you as you can host One Team, One Missions, you can host mini boot camps, and we need you to continue to spread and this It Works message all across the world as we wrap the map. Now, for the emerging leaders and the diamonds and doubles, we need you plugging into these events, and you can find these events on your Wired app and the It Works calendar, okay? Now, with that being said, why should we all be here together today? Well, it's summertime, it's June, and more now than ever, our field needs to see you leading from the top. How do you lead from the top? I call it leading out loud. I call it living the business out loud. Some of you might call it living the blitz, but I don't want to forget about partying and social media and all the it influence that you have. Influence is the It Works influence. And when you start growing up the ranks, this title gives you a level of responsibility. Our field looks to you. They look to you to see how you're communicating on social media, how you treat people at One Team, One Missions, how you treat people at mini boot camps, how your integrity when you're out blitzing, when you meet people from other teams, and how we go, oh, you're with It Works, you're in the inner circle. We take care of our own people. And that's why as emerging leaders, and top leaders, we need to be very intentional all summer long to show our field how we do this business in the summer months. And why would the summer be different than the rest of the year? Well, we get distracted. Kids come home. The sun is out for a lot more of the United States. And so we get a little distracted with, playing at the lake and going on vacations. And that is all fine. That's why you got into business, is to have choices and to do things like that. But what you didn't get into business for was to put your business down in the summer. So when you watch our June coaching video, you're going to see several strategies to help you and your team to get intentional with their time this summer. And that starts with your calendar. That's planning, am I giving my business 10 hours a week? Then where am I going to give that? Where am I going to do power hours? Where am I going to do blitzing and coffee shops and parties and team parties and one team, one missions? What events am I going to get to every month? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to get together with the people on your team and make sure they're doing that with their calendar. Make sure they're using their daily 6 list, that list of 6 things that they put together either at the beginning of the week for each day of the week, or at night before they go to bed, and, before their head hits the pillow, they write down the 6 things they must do for their business the next day, so that they're intentionally investing into their business. They're continuing to sow seeds, cultivate the seeds, and in turn reap a harvest and complete their steps of success each and every month. Now, that does take us sometimes creating more opportunities to do that. Here's what I don't want you to think I'm saying. I did not just ask you to put your business down and turn into a manager. I am calling you up to stand up, to rise up, and to lead your team, to be the person that's out there hosting parties, to be the person that is doing poolside power hours, to be the person that is wearing your It Works gear to your summer events, to be the person at the one, not just hosting a One Team One Mission, but attending One Team One Mission. Every month you should be plugging into something or hosting something. And for those of you that want to take it to a whole nother level, you're going to do more than one time a month, right? Now, this business gives us freedom. But we can build this business because of that freedom around family activities, around the things that are most important to us. But the bottom line is we're still building it. So make sure you watch that June coaching video, and then you connect with your teams after to make sure they have a plan in place to take this summer by storm. So when we come out of the summer months and head into the fall, we have a peak that hits and we change the graph when it comes to building this business all summer long. And I can promise you this, at corporate, we're getting very strategic and intentional about how to support you to raise your sales, to grow your team all summer long. So be watching for the promotions and all the fun things we're throwing at you to come alongside you and help you do your job and do it better. All right, so with that being said, I'd love to see, for some of you emerging leaders and young leaders, buddy up with a sideline emerging leader or young leader. Do some team Zooms together. I'm not telling you to train all month long. I'm not telling you to do that at all. But I do think it's incredible when you have another leader speak to your team. Sometimes they'll say the same thing you've been saying over and over, but because they're hearing it from a different voice, all of a sudden they hear it. All of a sudden they're like, oh, did you hear what she said? And you're thinking, yeah, I said that to you a million times, but you haven't listened to me once. But sometimes it just takes hearing it from a different voice. Last summer, Mark challenged the top 100 to do a home and away, to partner with a sideline buddy and to each travel to each other's One Team, One Mission. And that way you had some different leadership, a different voice, different stories represented at your local team meetings and One Team, One Missions and mini boot camps. Do that now, whether you're a Ruby, an Emerald, a Diamond, a Double, a Triple, a Pres, or an Ambassador. Let's schedule home and aways with each other, whether it's team wrap parties, team Zooms, One Team, One Missions, or mini boot camps. Let's lock arms and take this company beyond $1 billion. That's what it's going to take, and that's the magic of the It Works culture, because that's what we have, and it starts at the top. Your ambassadors care so much for each other, and they're constantly pouring into each other, connecting with each other, including each other, and that's what we need to be doing all the way from Ruby to Black Diamond. All right. So buddy up with someone, get to places in person, collaborate, grow, brainstorm Zooms. Don't turn into a manager. Now is where leadership is critical. And leadership is, you don't ask them to do what you're not willing to do. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to do it and invite you along the way. I'm going to connect with my sidelines. We're going to do it together, and we're going to invite our team along the way. Do you know how awesome it is to join a team that already has these things in place, that all you have to do is step in and step into the system? That's the kind of team you want to join. So that's the team you want to be. We all with It Works have the flagship product, the consumable product, the debt-free company, the momentum on our side, the integrity in the owners, the Christian-based beliefs and value system. But you get to decide the culture on your team. And I believe if you want it to be the It Works way, these are the things you're going to put in place to make sure that that happens. All right. What are some other things that we can do? Well, we know momentum is our best friend, right? That's a leader's best friend. So as we're coming through the spring and into the summer, let's keep the momentum rolling. School is out, so no better time to go for it all summer long. And we're going to do that by we're going to teach our people how to continue to do business building activities all month, summer long. And so be bold about that. Have a team call. Let's talk about that. Let's get their schedule set. Don't allow them to try to operate their business on the same schedule they operated during the school year. It doesn't work like that. Maybe you don't have school-age kids. Your team does. Your prospects do. So let's get creative with how to build a business and teach people that they want to build a business with us through the summer. And remember, if you think you can, you will. If you think you can't, you won't. But whatever you're focusing on gets larger, becomes more true in your reality. So when you change your perspective, the view changes as well. So that's what we're going to do all summer long. Before we close our time together, the one thing I do want to talk to you about is, rally a referral night with your team. They're calling customers. They're calling old customers. They're calling contacts, leads. Well, you know what? I know you might not be interested, but who do you know that is interested? Have a team rally referral night where you're booking parties, you're gathering customers, you're booking one-on-one appointments, getting people on online party events, and so on and so forth. I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. And then finally, I want you to have fun doing this activity with your teams. I talked about it on our June coaching call, but I'm going to need your help to make sure that people aren't just hearing me talk about it and seeing it on their game plan, but they're actually doing it. And some people are going to have a really, really hard time with this. Number one, because nobody's ever taught them how to dream. No one's ever taught them that they can have what they want in life if they're just willing to work for it. So that's where you come in. You get to transfer your belief, your excitement, your confidence, your enthusiasm, and the success that you've seen up to this point into your team. And you know what? That's going to help yours go higher too. Now, I want you to start, you do this first, and then you rally your team together, rally with your sideline buddy and their team together, and I want you to have your teams writing down no less than 30 things they want to be, no less than 30 things they want to do, and no less than 30 things they want to have in the next 5 to 10 years. I'd really like to see you hone in on that 5-year mark, but it's going to help you know exactly what you're working for. And we always say the more crystal clear you are about your why and your dreams, the more likely it is that they come true. Write them down, put them in front of you. And as a leader, I can promise you this, people follow people who know where they're going. So you want to have this list in place so that when your team says to you, tell me some of I'm struggling with my list. Tell me some of the things on your list. You can rattle them off and they know, wow, this is someone that really knows where they're going. And that's somebody I want to be attached to and align myself with. And so get this completed and then have some fun doing this with your teams. Heck, do it poolside. Yes, do it on Zoom if that's the only option you have, but maybe gather around for drinks or in the morning for coffee. Get together with your team and have some fun. This takes dream boarding to a whole nother level. This was something I really enjoyed doing a couple years ago. Denise brought it to my attention with Jack Canfield's Success Principles. And so you're going to want to read that book if you've never had an opportunity to do that, because there's just some really great practices to get our people having success. And we know that if you want to go to the next level, no matter where you are now, if you want to go to the next level, you've got to change your mindset. And what you're feeding your mind with, who you're spending the most time with, what you're telling yourself is possible or reaching for is really what's going to drive that next level mindset. So I want to see you stay plugged in with our book club with Mary Beth Dodd, and she's doing the Chase the Line. So make sure you're keeping your team finish strong on that. Finish what they started. And that comes from you doing a selfie going, gosh, I'm still loving this book. It's almost done, but don't stop now. Remember, we're going to commit, not quit, to do it all summer long. So school's out, right? School's out, and it's a perfect time to go after it all summer long. And in order for this company not just to go beyond $1 billion, but way beyond $1 billion, we're going to have to do this together. And I can't think of anybody else I would rather do it with than you. So let's go out there and make June legendary.